The world of theater and live performance is filled with passion, excitement, and energy. But sometimes, the intensity of the stage can have a tragic end, leaving audiences shocked and heartbroken. Today, we'll look at 10 performers who met their untimely demise during a live performance, an unforgettable moment that still lingers in the memories of those who witnessed it. Floyd Collins. Let's start with Floyd Collins, an American cave explorer and singer who tragically died while performing in 1925. Collins was known for his explorations in caves, but he also had a talent for singing. During a performance in a cave-themed play, Collins collapsed unexpectedly, and the cause of death was later determined to be a heart attack brought on by the stress of his intense performance. Collins was not only an explorer, but also a performer, and his sudden death in front of an audience turned what should have been an exciting moment into a tragedy. The shocking nature of his collapse left his fellow performers and the audience in disbelief. Terry Savalas. Next, we have Terry Savalas, the actor best known for his role as Kojak. In 1970, Savalas was performing in a play when tragedy struck. He suddenly collapsed during a live performance, and the audience, completely unaware, witnessed the moment of his death. The cause was later confirmed to be a heart attack. Savalas was a beloved star, and his death on stage left a huge impact on his fans and the theater community. His sudden passing was a reminder of how unpredictable life can be, even for the most famous of performers. Victor Moore. Victor Moore, a well-known actor and comedian, tragically died while performing on stage in 1942. The cause of death was a heart failure that struck him in the middle of a scene. The audience, unaware of what had happened, was left stunned when Moore collapsed and passed away. Moore's sudden death was felt deeply by those in the theater world. He had been beloved by many for his comedic timing and his long career in both theater and film, but his final performance was tragically his last. Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire, the legendary dancer and actor, was known for his electrifying performances. However, in 1987, while performing a routine on stage, Astaire collapsed from a heart attack. The audience, initially unsure of what was happening, was left in disbelief as they witnessed the loss of one of the greatest performers of his generation. Astaire's death marked the end of an era in musical theater and film. His contribution to dance and performance was immeasurable, and his passing left a gaping hole in the world of live performance. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, the silent film legend and master of slapstick comedy, passed away in 1977 after a live performance. Although Chaplin was primarily known for his work in film, he occasionally performed live on stage. On one fateful night, while performing, he collapsed from a heart attack and passed away shortly after. Chaplin's death marked the end of an era in cinema and stage performance. Known for his work that transcended language, Chaplin's final performance was a somber reminder that even the greatest icons are not invincible. John Barrymore. John Barrymore, one of the most famous actors of the early 20th century, died suddenly during a live performance in 1942. Barrymore, who had been battling health issues for some time, collapsed while on stage, and the cause of death was later determined to be heart failure. Barrymore's death was a blow to the theater community, as he had been one of the most well-respected figures in Hollywood and Broadway. His final moments on stage left an indelible mark on those who had the privilege of watching him perform. Bert L. Bert L, famous for his role as the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, died unexpectedly from a heart attack while performing in 1967. L had been performing on stage when he suddenly collapsed, and his death sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. L's death was particularly shocking because he had been in good health and was a beloved figure in both theater and film. His sudden collapse was a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change. Louis Armstrong, jazz legend. Louis Armstrong, one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, passed away in 1971 after a live performance. Armstrong had been performing at the Hollywood Bowl when he suddenly collapsed, and he was later confirmed to have died from a heart attack. Armstrong's passing marked the end of an era in jazz music, and his death during a performance was a final act of artistry that was fitting for such a legendary figure. James Brown. Known as the Godfather of Soul, James Brown was one of the most electrifying performers in music history. In 2006, after a performance, Brown collapsed from complications related to pneumonia. He passed away shortly after the performance, leaving fans around the world grieving. James Brown's energy and stage presence were unmatched, and the fact that he passed away after a live performance seemed almost poetic, given how much he gave to his audience. Danny Kaye. Finally, we have Danny Kaye, the beloved comedian and actor known for his work in musical films and comedy. Kaye passed away in 1987 after a live performance, leaving a legacy of laughter and joy. He had been battling illness for some time, and his passing was a sad end to a brilliant career. Kaye's death was felt deeply by his fans, especially those who had seen him perform live. His comedic genius and charm will never be forgotten, and his final moments on stage remain a somber part of his legacy. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the fascinating world of entertainment, and let me know in the comments if you've heard of any other performers whose lives tragically ended on stage. Until next time, stay curious and remember, the show must go on.